Alright, Paul, here we have your 1/12 scale Mini Cooper. This is a pretty cool model. First, I'll say that. I think I've done a couple. No, I think it's the first car that I've done is 12 scale. So I've done a couple motorcycles. So first 12 scale that I've done. This is a Premium Classixx model. It's a pretty heavy model. Like I said, in the camera it may not look really that big. That's what she said. I don't know. But anyway, in the camera it may not look that big, but next to an 18th scale Crown Vic, if I had one, let's see here. Let's go with a 24th scale Camaro. Give you an idea of the size difference. Like I said, a Mini Cooper is obviously not a very big car to start with, compared to a 24 scale car. And you can see a huge difference in the two. So, anyway, pretty beefy model. As you can see, Paul, all the doors, hood, or as they call them, I guess, the bonnet and the boot, all open, just like they did normally when this car was new. Also, your front door is open. What I really thought was cool about this, I don't know if the camera's going to be able to pick this up or not, the seats actually tilt forward as well. There you go. Get your back door, or get your back seat passengers in. So anyway, the seats do tilt as well. Engine very detailed. Again, being 12 scale, quite a bit going on with the model. Fairly detailed. Turn that light on there. This will help too. So quite a bit of detail in the model. All the separate little power steering fluid and reservoirs and brake reservoirs and all kinds of stuff. Actually, spark plug wires and all. So pretty detailed little model. And so the little hood prop up. Shut the hood down. Again, fairly detailed dash. A little gear shift in there as well. So and the console, so everything is set up pretty cool. I did manage to get your battery in the rear hatch. Easy to change. Pull it out, pop a new one on, slide it back into the back there. We'll close this back up. Even has a little handle here to turn to latch the back. There we go. Make sure it's secured. Your switches are located right here in the rear. This will be your main power. That's going to operate your dash lights, tail lights, and your ambers in the fender and front park lights. The second one here, the middle one, will operate your main headlights, and the last one will operate the auxiliary driving lights that are mounted on the front bumper. Let's go ahead and turn the first one on. These are the original lenses that were on the car. It may look like they're kind of sticking out, but it's how the lenses were on the car to begin with. Of course, you know that. These aren't the LED heads. It's actually the actual lenses with the light shining through them. So your fender lights are illuminated on both sides. Spin it around here and see this one. They're illuminated, as well as the tail lights. Again, cameras pick up LEDs funny, so it does look a little different in person than it does on the camera, the way the LEDs just like sticking there, but illuminates the tail light lens. Of course, this is a turn signal tail light and a reverse light lens. So I tried to keep the illumination to the tail light lens itself and not all through the lens. So it's centralized there in the tail light area. So we'll hit the second switch, and that will give us our headlights. Again, using the warm white lights, a little bit more authentic look to it. Of course, that doesn't change anything in the rear. Your tail lights are still going to be on. And if we hit that third switch, that will illuminate your driving lights. Now, if you want to, you can leave all of those on and just run your main power switch, and it will operate all of them at once. But if you do want to individually turn them on and off, so there you can actually have your driving lights with just park lights, or headlights and park lights alone. Obviously, you saw just the parking lights. Let's leave those on, ourselves just now. We'll go to the dash, and as I mentioned, I backlit the gauges in the dash. All of those are illuminated. Get a little bit better picture of them in there. Your three, I assume, maybe temperature and maybe I can't see them very well. Maybe temperature, oil pressure, maybe in the center of the center of the dash, and then also your tachometer, speedometer, and fuel gauge. And I can't see what's written on there, but anyway, your three gauges in the center of the cluster, center of the dash, and then your three that are over the behind the steering wheel as well. Main ones all illuminated. So anyway, there you have it. Looks pretty daggone cool, I think. Like I said, this is the first one of these I've done, so it turned out pretty well. Pretty difficult to get to a lot of the stuff and get all the wires hidden. You know, you think, well, it's a bigger model, it should be easier to do. Not so much so. Not quite correct. But anyway, it's finished up. It turned out great. Let's kick these other lights back on. And like I said, I think it turned out really cool. So Paul, I appreciate it, and get settled up on this one, and we'll get it shipped out to you. Put it back in the original box and get it back to you. Thank you so much.